It's warmed up to a balmy 21. Just cruise down the road to our spot. See if they get up and move tonight. Nice and cold. We got our Hunter Orange. I might try shooting this gun quick. Okay. Powder's in. That's the last one. That's my reserve.
They are hard to find.
They are very hard to find right now. Okay, she's loaded.
Dad would say you say we're loaded for bear.
Yep. Bunch of crossings right there. Coming down and out of those woods. Pretty fresh too. That's from this morning. Heard last night. Cold today. It's like 20 degrees. North wind. Thick cover on both sides of this thing. It's a very remote spot. Not many people back in here. As you can tell, there's a lot of bucks in here. There's rubs everywhere. But it is late muzzleloader. I mean, they've been shot to crap at this point. First and second gun. Out here on Iowa Public is like a war zone. So it just depends on if they're back in here or not. There's definitely some, because that's a real fresh sign. Just getting set up. This is a complete mess. We decided we wanted to be able to shoot a little bit further up this. Oh crap. These limbs aren't real supportive in this willow here. We decided we wanted to be able to shoot further up this ditch. So we came up here, tried to get in a different willow tree, didn't work. So we climbed down and now we're getting in this real thick bedding up here on both sides of us. Lots of honey locusts too along the edges here, where it transitions into this ditch, into this all this tall canary grass and stuff. So who knows? Maybe one will come out of there. I had to kind of finagle this pull-up rope up here so that I could have a rest, and I'm controlling the tension with my arm. Right out here in front of me is where we expect to get a shot, and I can shoot out to 175 yards that way. So I finagled this rope up here, this pull-up rope. I'm just resetting my gun on it. It's almost like a bridge. Hopefully it works. This is the same spot where Jake and Zach had a close call back in the rut. I think Jake tried to snort wheeze to stop a buck at like 10 yards in here back in November and couldn't get a shot at him. All those times the big bucks will come after. Yeah. Big group of does comes through and just a lot of times they will. Yeah, I can tell for sure he's a buck. Nice buck too. Oh, whoa. Another deer. Hey. crap in my way in this tree. I can't shoot. So I didn't even look at him. I knew they had to come a good ways this direction for me to get a shot at him. You know, as they popped out on the other side of those willows up there, I knew I was pretty well sunk.
Yeah, then they would have, if they'd have came to the right, that would have been nice.
Yeah, if they'd have came to the right, we'd have been in business. Alright, Benjamin, let's climb out here.
What? I can hear a deer walking. Right here. Your nose is pink.
Yeah, I can't feel it. Just covered up in deer all night. Total rodeo of a setup. But I actually finagled a little, kind of a bridge almost with my pull-up rope. And it was a decent rest. I could have shot a bunch of those does and a few of those little bucks that came out. But the only decent buck that came out, I didn't even get a good look at him. Benjamin filmed him in the camera. He was about 180 to 200 yards away. I think there ended up being 4 deer in that particular group, but there's so many deer it's hard to keep it straight. He came out on the other side of that little grove of willows up the ditch from us. I knew once he came out over there, the only way I was going to get a shot at any of those deer in that group is if they came straight down the creek to us. But they didn't. They just went up in those woods and then headed off towards a ag field out here to the northwest.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to meet up with those 2 does.
Yeah, the 2 does are right there in front of us. 80 yards, maybe not even that far. Pretty good night. That's probably the most deer I've seen in a night this year, I think.
Yeah, I lost count.
Who knows? There were so many. A lot of them could have been the same deer too, weaving in and out, but handful of bucks, 15, 20 does. Hopefully Ted and Greg saw something too. Just didn't get that good buck to come by close enough and give me a good open opportunity, but if he would have done like a bunch of them does did, then we would have been in good shape. And then we got stuck in the tree because we had deer still piling out in front of us. So we waited up there as long as we could until it got after dark, but then we listened and we could still hear deer coming, so I just coyote howled a couple of times. I could hear some of them kind of trotting off, but at that point we had to get out of the tree, otherwise we're liable to freeze out here. It's got to be 14, 15 degrees right now with a little bit of wind. Pretty good night. Late season hunting. Time to go get some hot chocolate, Benjamin.
Yup. The good thing is it's only going to get colder from here.
Yeah, this weekend it's going to be a high of 10, low of -11 with 30-mile-per-hour winds.
-24 wind chill.